Welcome to The Laboratory, a video series brought to you by Miracles Innovation Labs. Hi, and welcome to the Laboratory video series brought to you by Miracles Innovation Labs. My name is Chanakya Lokam, and today I'll be talking to you a bit about Aadhya, the smart chatbot that we built for Facebook Messenger to answer questions around COVID-19. In today's video, we'll be talking a bit about what chatbots are. We'll be talking also about the uncertain times and the situation around COVID-19. And we'll also be talking about Aadhya and what Aadhya can do, what its features are. And we'll also be showcasing those through a live demo today, all the way from the FAQs that she can answer, the different functionalities such as getting the latest case counts, testing center information, and also the government helplines in India. We'll also be talking a bit about the architecture of Aadhya, how we built the chatbot, and also the technology involved within Aadhya. So let's get started with understanding a bit about conversational chatbots. As the name suggests, conversational chatbots are back-end applications that are able to understand users' questions or users' intents in natural language. Chatbots use technology called natural language processing to be able to understand the intention, called as intents, of the user, and also entities. So for an example, if I were to say, what is the status of my flight from Boston to Detroit? Boston and Detroit are the entities within the conversation, and my intent is to find out the status of my flight. NLP engines such as Google's Dialogflow, Microsoft's Bot Framework, and Lewis allow us to be able to get information in the form of intents and entities so that we can process users' requests. Chatbots are really exploding in terms of their usage due to the increase in usage of messaging across the enterprise and consumer space, all the way from employees to everyday customers. People are using messaging due to its great ability to send short messages with instant gratification. It's much easier to speak with somebody in a more passive way using messages than larger conversations via email or even active conversations via phone. At the time of this recording in April 2020, we're in very uncertain times with the global pandemic that has been caused due to COVID-19. COVID-19 is a virus that originated in Wuhan, China, over 4 months ago, and since then has been spreading like wildfire. We have almost 2 million cases confirmed worldwide, and millions of people across the world are under lockdown. The symptoms of the virus include shortness of breath, fever, cough, and also dizziness. To ensure that we can help communities across the globe, we have created a new initiative called Coronavirus Assistance for India. You can also find more information about this at covid19.miraclesoft.com. At this site, we're providing the latest information in terms of FAQs, mythbusters, along with a self-assessment that you can take to check your symptoms and see if you're at risk of being infected with COVID-19. We also have a up-to-date real-time map of India where you can see the cases by the states and see how they're increasing on a day-to-day basis. We feel that through this initiative, people can stay informed and in turn be able to have peace of mind, but at the same time be able to take this information and behave in the right way possible so that we can all together fight this pandemic and get back to our normal lives. So with this in mind, we created Aadhya. Aadhya is an intelligent chatbot that we built on Microsoft's Bot Framework and deployed on Microsoft Azure. She is available on Facebook Messenger through our Facebook page and can answer questions about government helplines, about COVID-19 symptoms and what it is. She can also talk about the latest case counts in India and also provide the latest information about testing center locations all across the country. As I said, the intention behind building Aadhya along with the whole initiative is to make sure that people in India can have information at their fingertips. In this case, within a short message on Facebook Messenger, people can get all the information that they need. So let's take a quick look at Aadhya and what information she can provide around COVID-19. So this is a demo of Miracle's Coronavirus Assistance chatbot for India. This is a chatbot that allows users to ask questions about COVID-19, know where there's testing centers in India, get the latest counts in terms of confirmed cases, recoveries and deaths in India, and ask other questions as well. It's on a Facebook page, which is Coronavirus Assistance for India. You can just go and click on send a message and you can start chatting with the bot. Since this is the first time that I'm having a conversation with this chatbot, I will have to go ahead and click on get started. And the bot will start responding back to me. So the first thing is it greets me using my name, which it gets from Facebook. The chatbot's name is Aadhya. And the first thing that it's going to ask me is what language I'd like to speak within. It speaks English, Telugu, and Hindi, so it's a multilingual bot. I will go and select English. And once I do that, it'll start to start the conversation with me. So it goes ahead and says, sure, I'll speak in English today. If you want, you can change the language at any time. It talks a bit about what its capabilities are, and also a disclaimer that all information is confidential. After that, it's going to ask me what state I'm from. I can give it any state in India, and we actually have a fuzzy search algorithm that so even if you don't give the exact state name, it's able to recognize the state. So, for example, Andhra Pradesh is one of the states in India. I'm just going to give Andhra here, and the bot will still be able to understand that I meant Andhra Pradesh. So then it goes ahead and introduces itself. As you see, it has quick replies here, so it can help with questions about COVID-19, testing centers locations, government helplines, and obviously the case counts as well in India. So I'll go ahead and say about COVID-19, and it should give me an introduction of what COVID-19 is, when it was named by the World Health Organization, and also what the name stands for. I can also go ahead and ask questions in other languages as well, and it can automatically respond back in that particular language. So I can go ahead and ask a question in Telugu. This question basically is asking if there's any vaccine for coronavirus or COVID-19 right now. And it'll answer back automatically in Telugu. And I can go ahead and go back and ask another question or ask to show me a help menu. So I can say, what can you do? Or basically ask what the capabilities of the bot is, and it'll convert back into English from here onwards. So it takes me to the help menu and gives me options once again. So let's go ahead and start off with the testing centers as the first one. So the moment I hit on testing centers, it'll ask me a question saying that testing centers are available in the country. It does store the state in context. So I did select Andhra Pradesh, so it knows that I want the data for Andhra Pradesh. But I can also select other and select a different state as well. So we'll first go ahead with Andhra Pradesh. And it shows me the list of all the testing centers available in the country. And if I want, I can click on the map link and it'll take me to a Google link or a Maps link for that particular location. I can also go ahead and say, are there any testing centers in Maharashtra? So I can give it the state name directly, and the bot will be able to understand that and pull that information for us. So you can see it says Maharashtra, and these are the different testing centers available over there. Similarly, we can also ask for case count. So I can go ahead and say, how many cases are there in India? And it'll get back to me saying that there's 5,351 total cases as of so-and-so date. I can also ask how many died. And in this case, because I have not specified the location, it'll actually come back and say, do you want the deaths for India, Andhra Pradesh, because that's the state that you selected, or other? I'll go with other in this case. And it'll ask me which state I want the information for. I'll go ahead and say Delhi. So in this case, it was not able to recognize that as a particular state. So it says, I'm sorry, that is not a state in India. Please specify the correct state. And again, it says for which location. So I'll again go with other. And this time I will go with Tamil Nadu as a state. And it gets me back the deaths for Tamil Nadu. So that's another quick thing. Similarly, I can also ask for the recoveries as well. How many people recovered and it should be able to ask me again the location. In this case, I'll say Andhra Pradesh. I'll take the quick reply, and it'll give me the number of recoveries in Andhra Pradesh. The last functionality that's there within the bot is the helpline number. So I can say, who do I contact for help? And I'll basically come back and say the central helpline number for India, which is the government number from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And it'll also ask if you want the phone number for the state as well. So I'll go ahead and say yes. And because it knows that my state is Andhra Pradesh, it'll give me the phone number for that state. I can also go ahead and say, what is the helpline number for, let me say, Karnataka, and it'll be able to pull that number for me based on this entity. So this is the chatbot. It helps users easily be able to find information around COVID-19, whether it's symptoms that it wants to know, that they want to know, helpline numbers, case counts, any other frequently asked questions, as well as the testing centers available in India as well. Now that we've seen a demo of how Aadhya works, let's also talk about the architecture that we used to build this particular chatbot. As I mentioned, the channel that we used for this chatbot was Facebook Messenger. We deployed a bot within the Facebook developer portal and got it approved by Facebook for usage on our page. Users can now go to Messenger or to our Facebook page and interact with Aadhya within a couple of clicks. The backend consists of the Azure bot service deployed on Microsoft Azure, which consists of three main components: the bot channel registration that handles the integration with Facebook Messenger, Lewis NLP, which is the natural language processing engine that helps us identify the intents and the entities, and of course the Azure App Service, where we have our bot middleware, which handles the routing of the conversations, the dialogue management, and the context management. Behind the scenes, we created multiple APIs and functions on Azure to be able to help us integrate with our backend systems. We have real-time databases that are being updated with testing center information, helplines from the government, and also the latest case counts that are being reported in India. We then built APIs to integrate with these databases, such as MongoDB and Azure SQL, to be able to get that information and display it back within our chatbot. We also built a fuzzy search API for all the Indian states in India, so that even if users don't give us the exact state name, we're still able to identify which state information they're looking for. So for example, users can come and ask Aadhya, can you give me the latest recoveries in Andhra instead of Andhra Pradesh? And still our bot will be able to use the fuzzy search that we have and understand that Andhra, the entity, means Andhra Pradesh, the state. Thank you for visiting the laboratory video series. We hope that you learned more about how to build chatbots and how we're helping India battle the COVID-19 situation with Aadhya, the intelligent bot. Visit her today on Facebook. Thank you. Thank you for watching The Laboratory, a video series brought to you by Miracles Innovation Labs. For more on innovation, please visit miraclesoft.com/thelabs.